What's up, guys? So, new video location. I have this like nice table. I don't want to actually shake up my camera location, but I figured I should start at least try making a video here. Beautiful room. I don't know why I wouldn't use it for video. So, today I want to talk about money. Felix, show off. This is a double Leo here in the background. Leo rising and moon, Scorpio sun. So of course he needs to be in the shot when he can. But anyways, so today I want to talk about money. Cat hair. Not just money astrologically, energetically, just in general. So people might think that money is man-made. There can't be any spiritual significance or energy behind money, but that's all false. There's absolutely spiritual significance and energy behind money. Money is shown in the birth chart in lots of different ways, and it's a very, very valuable tool, Felix, that, whatever, cats everywhere as usual. So it's a very, very valuable tool for karma, right? Because there's so many, Felix, get out of the way. There's so many lessons that can be learned with money, So I see a lot, especially like in a lot of the charts of people that, I live in Romania and Eastern Europe. I see obviously like a lot of, I meet lots of people, or, when I meet people, see their charts, I see a lot of second house stuff, karmic indications. Felix, get down. Oh my God. You big boy. Okay. Lots of indications of money being a key theme, right? So we might see, and someone DM me, so here, I might do a Neptune series soon, but yeah, if you have Neptune in the second house, someone DM me, I haven't answered it yet, about having Neptune in the second house, and if you can have like the moon, Neptune, different planets in the second house, which could really indicate Saturn, that there's a huge karmic emphasis on money, and there might be this deeper, like past life energy where there's themes around not having enough, like even Pluto in the second house, not having like being like in constant survival mode, and when you're in constant survival mode in a past life and then you come into this current life, regardless of how much money you have, you still might, or how financially stable, all that stuff you have, you still might take some of that past life energy. And when you're in that state of how am I going to get money for my next meal, everything like that, you don't really look at, like in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you're not really looking at spirituality, artistic expression, all that stuff. You're just focused on the money. And I'm sure we all have people in our current lives, if it's in our family or people we know, who are completely fine on money, but they spend it like they're poor. Like I don't want to name any names, but I definitely have people in my extended family who, just, you can just feel that energy. And maybe it is because they grew up without money and then they suddenly make money and they just have this deep fear of like, if they spend money, if they allow themselves to spend money on themselves in any way, that it's going to just destroy them, And this is deep, this is psychological. And it's also rooted in past lives and in karma. And, it can be difficult to overcome. So then it's like, what's the point of having money if you're not going to at least spend it in some sense to enjoy your life? Of course, you want to have money to have a security blanket and help your kids and everything like that. But it's like, I've never understood, like, not enjoying or not enjoying it or doing, using it for something for good. Those are the two things, like a mix of those two. Like, obviously you want to, treat yourself, but the most important thing I think with anyone with a lot of money is to give back and to try to help other people and help you, or even better, use it to help your influence other people, right? Or to gain your influence, to help your influence, or help you create things that can help other people. But anyway, so there's tons of stuff that is shown in the chart for money, and lots of birth charts I do go into that, and I see lots of people that have that as different things. But from another perspective, from an energetic perspective, and this is something that I made a really conscious decision this year where I was like, I'm gonna start being a lot more conscious. I say conscious twice, but I'm gonna start being a lot more smart with how I use my money. I'm gonna really think about things. I'm not gonna, even when like times are very good financially, I'm not gonna like buy unnecessary stuff. I'm gonna try to, invest it. I'm gonna try to just, not like hold back like in ways, but just, like if there's like, if I'm like, I was just, for example, buying like a keyboard. I was looking to buy like a keyboard because I watch YouTube a lot on my TV. I do a lot of stuff on my TV, and it's annoying to use the remote for everything, to type everything. And I had the choice between the one that was, I guess in dollars, around like $50, and one that was around like $200. And the $200 one would have been better in some ways, but the $50 one had everything I needed. I don't need all that extra shit. And that was, like, it was one of those things where that's kind of what I've been doing this year as opposed to in previous years. And I think that one thing that really was amazing was when I heard the spiritual message that money is like, at least for me, and this, people can probably relate to this, some people, it's like a waterfall, right? Like sometimes the water from the waterfall is a lot, it's cascading, it's just like so much water, so hard. And other times it's just, a little trickle. Like imagine that, right? It's a lot less. And the idea is for me to be conscious of how that water is coming down, what that energy of money is. Like if for me it seems like there's times where it's like, doing really well, and there's times where it's a lot slower, and to adapt based on that. But also to know that there are lessons, there is karma. Like it's like karmic tests, so you might not think that, changing these habits of spending makes any difference, but then you start doing it and you start realizing, holy shit, this is actually unlocking, like all these other things are starting to happen, right? And that's kind of how the universe works, is that we think no one's watching. We think that there's no meaning inherent in like the little things we do, but then we start doing, we start like making little changes that obviously no one, like no other humans are noticing or seeing, like little mini changes, and then we start to, like, the universe starts to give us stuff back. We start to see fruits of our labors, right? Sometimes the most difficult things are the things we do behind closed doors when no one's watching. And that's just like a big way, I think, a big way to look at life, instead of just like thinking like, oh man, there's no meaning to this situation. Like imagining, oh my cats, imagining like, wow, like even though this isn't something that really matters or society makes us matter, and people, no one else is going to see, imagine that there's spirit guides around you at all times cheering you on, and that even the small little things that might seem completely meaningless to you might have a lot of spiritual significance. So, like I said, it's different for everyone. For me, I've realized a lot of this stuff lately with money, and I've started to become smarter, and I've seen some good benefits from that. And same thing with like health and just lots of little things that, like maybe like in years prior, I'd say, like I can get away with this, but just starting to mature, starting to change, you start to see the fruits repaid. I forget who was saying it, like some astrologer was like, I stop, don't cover your face. If you're gonna show your face to the camera. Okay. Yeah, she was like, I quit alcohol for a few months, and then this really good thing happened. My astrology business started doing really, really good. Then I let this other thing go. I forget what it was and who it was. And then for 6 months, and then I met my husband. Like, it was like, basically her example was just showing how, I think it was Astrolata said something like that. I can't remember the quote or like what she actually gave up, but who cares? And the whole point was like, by giving up things that were kind of difficult that she didn't really need, there was this almost invisible reward system. And so if there's anything in your life that you feel like you're kind of maybe, afraid to let go, just know that if there's resistance there, that means that there's a big potential gain that can come in a very invisible, mysterious way if you do let it or that person or that thing, whatever it is, go. I think this has been a huge theme of this year, especially after 2020, is kind of like picking up the pieces after the storm, and not that the storm's over, but just deciding how we want to move on with our lives spiritually, and what little things that little things, little people, little situations, little circumstances, little whatever tendencies, which ones are best for us moving forward. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I guess the thing with the money, with the astrology, I can make a whole video on like different indicators of money, but it's one of those things that, like, in my opinion, you just have to get your chart read unless you're very proficient in astrology. Even if you are, sometimes it's awesome to get your chart read. And with my readings now, I have 2 sections in my website. You fill out your birth info, and then the second one is like asking me for like specific information you want to know about, because I'm going to cover everything, but it's just like it's giving people the opportunity if there is something that they're really interested in. And also, I just reduced prices. It's still on sale, but I even reduced prices by $10 more for every reading on my site. But yeah, like, I definitely like when you get your chart seen by new eyes or by astrologer that you trust. They'll uncover these themes, or at least me. Like, I'll uncover this karmic theme after this karmic theme. I don't know if every astrologer does that, because I'm an evolutionary astrologer. So I use past lives, reincarnation, karma as like a huge like lens of mine through which I see the birth chart and connect everything. If you see my post from yesterday, my written post, I give a very good example of how I did this for a client of mine, like relaying the past lives back to the current life personality. So interesting stuff. Besides that, that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Felix is so obsessed with the camera today. So yeah, guys, have a good day. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.